Hello there. Welcome to episode 11 of the Maker Manager Money podcast, a podcast which celebrates entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, founders, business owners, and business partnerships, from startups to stay-ups, to inspire entrepreneurs to keep going and future entrepreneurs to just start. Today's episode is being recorded on a beautiful Saturday evening on the terrace of the El Reducto Riad in Tetouan, Morocco. A riad is like a house built around a courtyard, and also for those of you in the United States, it's like a bed and breakfast. Today's guest is Abir Mourabet, founder and owner of Abbie Tours, which specializes in city tours, multi-day tours, cultural tours, private tours, and day trips. Abir customizes tours for groups of all sizes, including the one I'm on with my wife and son. We were going to be in Spain and decided to spend a few days in Morocco, and my wife found Abir on TripAdvisor, and Abir customized a 4-night, 3 full-day tour for us based on TripAdvisor reviews. We paid 1/3 via PayPal, and we'll pay the remainder tomorrow at the conclusion of our tour. Really, one of the reasons my wife booked with Abir was because she was so responsive, cheerful, accommodating, and the biggest reason was because Abir only has 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. I'd like to read just one of Abir's reviews. Quote, Abir was amazing, her English is perfect, and she knew so much about the city. Tetouan was beautiful, and she took us to all the best places. She was able to answer every question we asked and was great. The best part was that she seemed to have as much fun on the tour as we did. There were 40 of us, and I don't think one person left dissatisfied. I would highly recommend her. She is just amazing, unquote. Abir is the only certified female tour guide in Tetouan, Morocco, and one of only a few female tour guides in Morocco. Before starting her own company, Abir studied English literature at Abdul Malek Sadi University in Tetouan, Morocco. She lived in Amsterdam, where she added Dutch to her list of the 5 languages she speaks, which also includes Arabic, French, Spanish, and English. She spent time in an Accor Hotels call center as a Dutch translator before starting her own company, Abbie Travel. Welcome, Abir, to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for giving me this chance to share my experience here, and thank you very much for the beautiful introduction. I got, of course, emotional a little bit, but it's a great opportunity. I would like to welcome you, first of all, here in my hometown and your second homeland, Morocco. You and your beautiful wife and your amazing son. I really love it, and I'm loving it so far. And as I said, it's a great opportunity for me to be sharing my experience as a Moroccan business owner, or small business owner, as I call it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here. And we estimated there are maybe 400 certified tour guides in Morocco. What's a rough estimate of how many are female tour guides?
Very few, unfortunately. Like, I am the only certified female tour guide here in my hometown, Tetouan. If you go to Tangier, then you'd find only 5 female tour guides. In Chefchaouen, there is only 1. So each city, like big cities such as Tangier or Casablanca, you'd find around 5-6 female tour guides.
What were the obstacles you faced when starting your own business in this very male-dominated country of Morocco?
Wow, that's from where can I start? In the beginning, many people did not expect that it would be, because I graduated in 2018, and many people didn't really think that I will be able to hold it this far. Many people thought that this is only for men, because men are supposed to be working on the streets. Meanwhile, women, if they would like to work, they would be working in administration, such as teachers, lawyers, doctors. But it's really in an office, not out in the streets. And one of the things that was a little bit uncomfortable in the beginning, but I got used to it, is while I was explaining and, giving my presentation about the city, about the historical places that we have, because this city is so amazing. It is divided into 3 sections. There was the Spanish neighborhood, the Jewish neighborhood, the old Medina, which is surrounded by the walls of protections and half gates. While I'm standing with my guests, for example, showing them around, explaining, I would be interrupted with men saying, hey, what are you doing? Or just, getting into the conversation, for example, or just standing there staring at me. My male colleagues, on the other hand, most of them, to be honest, were supporting me. And they didn't really make it that, that difficult. But of course, they always, wanted to make attention and to be a little bit cautious about me, because they think, okay, a female tour guide, she's probably going to be taking all our customers, but that's not truly my goal. I just want to be representing my country and my hometown in the best way that I can.
Talk about the gentleman who said, who wondered why you're being a tour guide and then asked you a question and you responded in a certain way.
Yeah, so I still remember there was a funny incident. I consider it funny. So there was this beautiful Jewish couple who were coming from Tangier, and their Riyadh booked a taxi driver for them, a private taxi cab, which is like 1 hour drive from there. And when they were coming, all the way that she was talking, the lady who booked me, and she booked via TripAdvisor as well, she was like, we have a tour guide in Tetouan. We're going to be meeting the tour guide in Tetouan. And all the time the driver was thinking, it's a male tour guide. Once she said, no, it's a female. It's not he, it's a she. He was like, oh, a female tour guide? Really surprised. And she told me, yeah, she's a female tour guide. I told her, no. Women are supposed to be taking care of kids, staying at home, and we will be providing everything for them. And she was like, no, not really. She's different. And when he came, he told me, I didn't know that you're a woman. All the time I thought, instead of Abir, because my name is Abir, there is another name, male's name, which is Adil. He thought she was saying Adil. I was like, no, that's me. He told me, all right, so now are you going to buy me some breakfast? I was like, no, I'm only a female tour guide. I'm not buying you breakfast.
I love that story. So what are some of the obstacles you face like daily now after you've started your business?
Sometimes the looks on the face of the people on the streets, for example, being interrupted by men, because I know 200%, and I'm sure that they cannot interrupt a male's guide. I mean, I have my colleagues and I talk to them all the time. I've never heard someone complain of being interrupted. And we just had that situation yesterday, for example, while having our tour in Tetouan. But thankfully, I can handle those situations very well. I just, answer them, especially if someone is telling me, oh, they don't understand the language, but they would be like interrupting you in the Darija, in our dialect, and commenting, oh, this was built in this time or this time. I'm like, I give them specific dates. No, it was built in this year and in this year. Did you know about it? And the look on their face, because they're furious, they're like, huh? We didn't know that. And besides that, they would tell me, oh, no, we didn't know. I'm like, this is my job. I'm a certified tour guide.
And you can tell that you're a certified tour guide, and you can tell the other certified tour guides because of the lanyard and the certification that you...
Exactly. So this means that I'm certified from the Ministry of Tourism and Arts and Handicrafts and everything. And also there is like a badge number. It can be scanned. There is a first name, a last name, the languages that I'm certified in. And also, of course, my picture, so people can know that this is a really an authentic badge. And this allows us to be working all over Morocco, not only in one city, for example, but you're kind of like under one association, which is in one region. For example, I'm from the north of Morocco, which is the region of Tangier, Tetouan, Al Hoceima, and many other cities, northern cities of Morocco. So by this, people know that I am certified, and also that goes the same for other tour guides.
Did you receive any government support as a female business owner?
We didn't receive, like, as a female business owner, I didn't receive any support from the government. It doesn't happen that way here. It's really, you need to start and build yourself, as we say a proverb in the Darija, brick by brick, which means like step by step. You need to build up yourself. I first started by giving only city tours, like 2 hours, 3 hours city tours. By that, little by little, my network got bigger. I was trying to get in touch with other travel agencies that would give me only city tours. And then afterwards, I started going on trips. And by that, it gave me a chance to have a bigger network, and also to get to know not only colleague tour guides, for example, but also other business owners, owners of travel agencies, of transportation agencies, of hotels and riads, restaurants. It gives you more chance to meet other people, especially going on trips.
So why did you start your own business?
It's been my dream since I was a teenager, a really young teenager, around the age of 13. And it's been going in the family. All my family are in tourism. It's just, different sectors. And I've been dreaming about it, especially it gives you a chance to meet other people from other culture, from other background. It's opens a chance for you to understand people more and more. That's also the purpose of traveling, one of the main reasons. And I used to talk about that with my grandpa, who passed away in 2016 and who left. It's a long story, but he's like my idol in my life. And we used to talk about it and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a tour guide. Are you gonna help me out? Are you gonna teach me some other language?" Because he's never been to school before, but he spoke 7 fluent languages, including Arabic, which is great for someone who's never been to school before. But he passed away in 2016 and I got graduated in 2018, but I made the dream come true.
Was your mom or dad an entrepreneur?
No, not really. My mom is a stay-at-home mom. And my dad, he works in a police. He's a commissionary police working here in Tetouan. And he is also working for the Department of Tourism, because here, once you come to Morocco, it is like one of the safest countries here in Africa. You have a department which is responsible only about tourists. First of all, counting how many tourists they got in the country, how they entered. Besides to that, if any incidents would happen, they take in charge of everything and they make sure that everyone is staying good and nothing is happening.
Sounds like your grandfather was the one who inspired you to be a business owner. Okay. Can you talk a little bit more about your grandpa and how he inspired you to be a business owner?
I still remember I used to have those conversations with him. He was like a friend to me, not only a grandpa, which is something cannot be found a lot here in Morocco, because you always keep that respect between the elders, between the parents, the grandparents. But he was a different person. We used to hang out together, go on trips together. We've been to many trips here in Morocco. And it's all started when discussing about future plans, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to work. And little by little, we started talking about tourism, because he also works for tourism and in tourism for many, many years, since he was very, very young gentleman. And it's really inspired me. And by becoming a tour guide, I made my dream and his dream come true. I know it was a couple of years later than when he passed away, but I made it true. I know he's up there in the heaven watching for me.
Thank you. So you arrange tours using many vendors. Who are some of your business partners, and how did you decide to use their services, retain their services?
So let's start off, for example, by the riads. It's all, or the hotels. For me, I always suggest riads on customers and guests who are coming to Morocco, because a hotel can be found in any other country. However, the riad is one experience that you feel how the people from the old Medina, from the ancient parts of the city, used to live in many, many centuries ago. So it gives you an idea, especially with the architecture, with the furniture, everything. So I always propose staying at Riyadh. It's all started when I used to give only city tours, and I would be picking up my guests from the Riyadh, and I would be asking them their feedback and ask like politely, how was your stay? How did you find the Riyadh? So by that, I decided which Riyadhs are the best here in Tetouan, which is one of them, El Reducto. The owner of it is also a female, which means females supporting each other. And all the feedback, all the reviews have been always positive about it, very good, and I'm so grateful. And when it comes to transportation agencies, I have one which who I'm dealing with, and the driver you've met, his name is Sufyan. He's very humble, very nice, professional. He drives well. Only that's the way between Tetouan and Chefchaouen. There are some curves and reconstructions, but he drives well. So I've tried that and I decided, all right, I'm going with him from now on. And when it comes to restaurants, that was a totally different idea. So I started going by myself and trying out food, making sure that they have a good food, good service, and besides that, clean kitchens. That's the first thing that I noticed when I came into restaurants. I don't like to take my customers to a place that I wouldn't go. No, I'm taking my guests to the same place where I would go with my family or with my friends.
Thank you. So, why should people visit Morocco?
Because it is a mixture between many cultures. Let's start off with the Berber culture, which is the culture of our ancestors, and also the indigenous people of all North Africa. Secondly, we have the Arab culture that came from Middle East during the Islamic conquest. We have also the Andalusian culture, because after the fall of Granada, which is in south of Spain, in Reconquista that happened, the Moorish Muslims and the Sephardic Jews, they came and settled down here. And that's mingled with the pre-existing cultures that we had before. We have the African culture. So it's all a mixture of culture. In each city, you can notice that. And by that, you are enjoying the culture, the food, you are enjoying the architecture, and of course, the experience with people.
What kind of tour guide services do you offer?
For me, I offer city tours. I offer one-day trip from, for example, one city to another, especially if it is here in the north of Morocco, to Chefchaouen, to Tangier, Asila. I also offer multi-day tours, which are like the one that we are having. So we are staying in Tetouan. Meanwhile, we are traveling to other cities which are very close from here, around like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half a drive from here. I also organize, for example, I call them tailor-made trips, depending on your interest. If you are interested in having like a full day, a full program, then I can do it. If you're interested about having just half a day a tour and then later some activity that you can enjoy your time with your family or your friends, or even if you are alone, then I take care of it too.
What's the book that you recommend the most?
I would recommend Paulo Coelho. That's something that I've read during my time when I was still at university, at college. And I just fell in love with that book. It's called The Alchemists. And the reason behind it is that how that Andalusian shepherd, when he dreamt about the pyramids and having the treasure in the pyramids of Egypt, and he traveled all the way there so he can find the treasure. However, the treasure is truly in our hearts. Everyone has a treasure in their hearts.
Okay, I just have a lightning round of questions. These are kind of crazy, and some of them may or may not apply. But what's your favorite candy bar?
My favorite candy bar?
You have a candy? That's your favorite?
Candy, I would say the candy of Haribo. I don't know whether you have it there in this Haribo, whether you have it there in the States. The ones that come like blueberries, a black one, and a red one. Those are my favorites.
Who's your favorite musical artist?
Queen Bee.
Do you eat cereal here?
Yes.
Okay, what's your favorite cereal?
My favorite is the chocolate ones. They're Nesquik. Yeah.
You should give her some of these Kit Kats to try then, because I think they're better than the.
Probably I'm going to change my mind after this.
Do you use a Apple Macintosh or a PC?
For me, neither. I have an HP. HP laptop. Yeah, I don't know whether. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you use Google Gmail or do you use Microsoft Outlook?
No, I use Google Gmail.
Do you prefer dogs or cats?
Oh, that's a hard question. For me, I have a cat as a pet. His name is Andy. He's so cute. We've been together since 2013. He's been with me around Morocco and to the Netherlands as well. But dogs, I really love dogs too. So I cannot decide. Sorry, both.
Have you seen Phantom or Les Mis, the musical? The musical's Phantom of the opera, Les Miserables. Okay. What is your wish for Moroccan women?
My wish for Moroccan women is like how they're doing it right now is to be strong, to have like a strong character, to say that we are finishing our studies, we are getting our career before thinking about taking any other, step into marriage, or to have the ability to take their own decisions and to do it how they want to do it, not what the society wants to do it.
Where can people find you and Abbie Travel?
Abbie Travel can be found either through TripAdvisor. If you Google Tetouan tours with Abbie, you can find my profile there. And also, people can contact me through my Gmail or my WhatsApp number.
Okay, and we'll include those links on the show notes for this. Okay, so I just wanted to wrap this up by saying if you are ever thinking about visiting Morocco, contact Abir and she can customize a tour for you. Abbie, I'm so glad that my wife found you and booked our tour of 3 Moroccan cities, Tangier, Chefchaouen, and especially your hometown of Tetouan. Your story is inspiring to all entrepreneurs, but especially to women entrepreneurs everywhere. I hope this podcast enables you to book more business and hundreds of more tours in the future. Thank you for being our tour guide, and thank you for being on a very special episode of the Maker Manager Money podcast. Good luck and best wishes. Shukran, dank u wel, merci beaucoup, gracias, and thank you.
It's me who should be thanking you for giving me this opportunity to be representing my hometown while having this amazing time with you and with your beautiful family, and also for giving me a chance to share my humble experience. And I just want to say that if anyone is interested in visiting Morocco, whether through me or through any other parts, please do. This is your second homeland, and there is so much beauty to see here in this kingdom, in this country. So visit us. Marhaban, which means welcome. Thank you very, very much. Shukran, and see you soon, inshallah, which means, inshallah, means if God willing.